Hey, welcome back. It's so good to see all your smiling faces. Uh, for Greg, as you can see, I added some stuff to the wall. I know that was getting on your nerves, so I hope this helps. Let me know. So today I'm going to go over the Tex Vet Loan. It's a really unique type of loan that you can use anybody in the military. And I know it's really useful, especially for those of you who may have less than perfect credit. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, everyone. So as I said, today I'm going to be talking about the Tex Vet Loan. So one of the unique things about this is rather than the rates for the Tex Vet Loan being market-based, it's actually according to the Texas Veterans Land Board. So as in the name, Texas Veterans Land Board and Tex Vet Loan, it is only for Texas and it is only for veterans. So I'll go over a little bit of that shortly. And in case you would rather read an article rather than watch the video, I have also written one, which I will leave a link in the description below. So first thing, let's start off with who can use the Tex Vet Loan. The Tex Vet Loan is available to anyone who was in the military or is currently in the military. The stipulations for that are that you have to have 181 days of peacetime active duty service, 91 days of active duty service during war times, 6 years in the reserves, or you're the spouse of someone who passed in the line of duty. One of the great benefits, like I said before, is that this is based on the Texas Land Board rather than market rates. And so it tends to be the most useful for those who have less than perfect credit, because as long as you can qualify for the loan, it doesn't matter if your credit's in the 400s. Not that I think that would qualify for most loans, but you are able to get a great rate. Currently, the rates are about 3%. And if you have 30% disability or greater, you get an additional 0.5% off of that, making your rate 2.5%. Obviously, that is going to change depending on when you watch this video, but those are excellent rates, especially for right now, with market rates for amazing credit being between 2.75 and 3% for most people on a VA loan. So what's the catch? That's one of the biggest things. Obviously, if you're getting such an amazing rate, you don't even need to have your credit at the top tiers. There's got to be some sort of catch. And with the Tex Vet Loan, there is. So you will incur an additional 2% of fees on your closing costs. So that's, if you have a $200,000 loan, that's an additional $4,000 that goes into your closing costs. If you are able to get that covered in a sale, that's excellent. Sometimes people don't have that additional money to pay just to decrease their rate. Those costs come in the form of a 1% origination fee and then a 1% participation fee. In addition, if you're getting new construction, it's going to have to meet a couple energy guidelines. I'm not going to go into that one too much. However, I will leave a link in the description so that you can see what those energy guidelines are. Most builders do not already do that kind of test, so it may be an additional charge that you'll have to pay for. Last I looked, they were ranging between $400 and $500. That can always change. And lastly, the Tex Vet Loan cannot be used for any multifamily properties built within the last 5 years. One other confusing piece before I get into if the Tex Vet Loan is right for you or not is, frankly, what is it? How can I use it? Is this a completely separate type of loan? I think the easiest way to explain this is to say that the Tex Vet Loan is a type of modifier to your loan. So you can use it for VA, FHA, conventional, and then you just tack on this origination and this participation fee to make it a Tex Vet Loan. So whatever form of loan you were going to use before, you just use this and it essentially will substitute whatever rate you were getting for whatever the Texas Veterans Land Board rate is. If there's any other questions on that, feel free to message me. I know it's a bit of a confusing thing. Like I said, it is a pretty unique type of loan, and it's really not super common to be used. So the most important part, how do I know if this is good for me? I did write an article titled, "Is Getting a Better Interest Rate Really Better?" So if you'd like, you can check that out. I will also do a video in the near future talking about that in a little bit more depth. But in short, It depends. I know I always hate doing that. However, it does. Everybody's situation is unique. So if you would like to go in depth on your specific situation, feel free to message me. I'm always happy to help. So the biggest thing to look into on that are going to be the opportunity costs. I kind of touched on that in the last video as well. But in short, what are you able to pay up front in order to get this lower interest rate? And then also, how long do you plan on keeping the property? If you only plan on keeping the property for a single year and then selling it, a 4% interest rate with nothing up front is way better than a 2.5% interest rate with an additional $4,000 paid into it. So the short of that is to figure out the difference between that rate, how many months it is going to take to recoup whatever additional money that you're paying into it. So in short, if you have $100 decrease in your monthly mortgage and you paid an additional $4,000 into that, that's going to take you 40 months to recoup those costs. So if you don't plan on living in the house for at least 40 months, then it's probably not a good loan type or loan modifier for you. So obviously that's oversimplifying things. There are a lot of other things that you can do with your money during those 40 months. But that is just a quick down and dirty way to look at it. Typically, you're going to want to have at least probably another 12 months on top of that break even point to start seeing any value out of it. But in short, the longer you're going to own the property and the longer you're going to keep this loan, the better that's going to be for you. And then also right now with rates being so low, it may be a lot more helpful just because the odds of you refinancing sometime in the future and actually getting a lower rate are probably not going to be super high just because of how insane the market's been recently. As always, for more information on the Tex Vet Loan or any real estate needs, feel free to contact me. Message below or comment below, private message me, add my Facebook page. All of that information will be in the description below. Also, for further information on community events, things like that, follow our Sunburst page. Again, that Sunburst page is going to be in the description below. I look forward to next time. Have a good one.